Pixel art. Pixel games. Everybody loves them, and I keep wondering, how are you supposed to make a good one? As somebody that's trying to get into game development, I've been asking myself that question quite a bit. And with the wide array of selection, it just keeps getting more and more frustrating to answer that question. I mean, look at this, look at that one. Look at the entire genre of roguelites and roguelikes. There are so many different pixel art games, and they are all beautiful and unique in their own way. So what makes them so special? I'm gonna take some time today to look at what my favorite pixel games are and what I like about them, in hopes to improve my own pixel game journey, and just become better at game development as a whole. I'll start out with a couple games that I like, and then talk about all pixel games in general. The Binding of Isaac. It holds a special place in my heart as one of the most infuriating experiences of my life, and yet one that I keep coming back to. I think I'm at 600-700 hours in this game, and every time I open it up, I still have more fun than I did the previous session. If you haven't played it, the game is fairly simple. You play as Isaac, crawling around in the under sections of the house, or the sewers, or Gehenna, or heaven, or whatever you want. And you fight a boss after collecting a various slew of items. These items do funny things to the projectiles that you have, and the synergies that the items have are insane. You can wind up shooting lasers out of your eyes that also freeze enemies at the same time, or you could wind up shooting little pea pellets. Basically, the game is super simple. Move from room to room, killing enemies, collect items, and see what happens. Every single time you open the game, it's going to be a new experience. You're going to wind up with new items, and I mean, the amount of techniques and ways to obtain items, the amount of unlocks that this game has is insane. I'm pretty sure the game has like 370 achievements, each connecting to a new item or location or sprite or texture or character. That's not even getting into the characters. There's like, what, 40 of them at this point? That being said, the game itself is a blast. Every time you go in, you're going to wind up with a new experience. Every item that you collect is going to invariably change your experience as a whole. The game is simple, but through its interactions, through the love, care, and design, and through the complexity of the items, the game itself becomes a unique experience. And I think that is what sets it apart from a lot of the other roguelites. And, I mean, that's all well and good, but The Binding of Isaac is a roguelite, or a roguelike. I'm gonna be honest, I never really figured out the difference. That being said, it's kind of just a linear experience. What about something a little more... Terraria. I'm sure this one doesn't really need much introduction, and if you haven't played it, you should probably get your head out from under the rock. This is another one of my favorite games of all time, actually. If you haven't played it, it's a pretty straightforward game. You go and collect ores and resources, you craft them into tools and weapons, you fight the strongest boss that's available for the time, and then you repeat the process. I'm starting to really see a system of design here, especially with pixel games. Start simple, start from the ground up, create a simple concept, and then build from there. I mean, again, you've seen what Terraria has to offer. It's the exact same system, just repeated on itself over and over again. But boy, is it replayable. And man, I don't even know where to begin with this game. I mean, there's fishing, there's potions, there's NPCs, there's house design, there's building in general. There's so much to do in this game, and it's so much fun. I mean, the worlds I've sunk hours into, double digits, triple digits in some cases, I'm pretty sure. This is another one of those games where I have hundreds of hours in, and I keep going back. I mean, if it's not a Minecraft world that we're playing a Terraria world. If you haven't played this game, I would 100% recommend it. It's a blast of an experience, and that's not even to mention the modding community. Once again, the way that this game excels above all of the others is it has such a simple baseline concept. You mine things, you collect resources, you upgrade yourself, and then you fight the next boss. It's a very straightforward progression system that is built through the complexity of TLC and care. That's what sets it apart. Okay, so Terraria is a pretty good option. I mean, what, we've got the Binding of Isaac, we've got Terraria to look at. I guess we still need one more. What if we switch it up a little and go with something a little more... And here it is, folks. Crack Cocaine, the video game. If you haven't heard of it before, Factario is a factory building game. Essentially, you collect resources from around the map and automate their production, using the resources that you collect to build weapons and, well, more factory components. Honestly, now that I'm making this video, I'm starting to see the similarities between, well, Factario and Terraria. It's an open-world survival game where the concept is pretty simple. Collect resources, turn resources into useful things, and upscale your production. I guess the only difference is you're not really fighting bosses in this one, more just slews and hordes of bugs. So many bugs. But, I mean, as you can see here, the game is so much more complicated than the other ones. Again, simple concept that is masked by the intensity of the complexity that is created through the game's additions. I can spend hours trying to figure out exactly what is happening in this screen, but I couldn't tell you. It's been years since I've opened this Factario save file, and I don't know what's going on anymore. This is one of those games that you have to sit down and study. You have to really figure out what's going on, and I think the charm for this game is that you have to be an engineering student to enjoy this one. I mean, seriously, you've got to really like your own personal suffering or trains, because oof, this game is not for everybody. But again, what this game does well is it's very simple in its core foundation, and it builds upon itself. I'm starting to see, again, a theme. A lot of these pixel games are super simple, but it is through their interactions and complexities that they build up the game. Honestly, there's so many other games I wanted to add to this list. I feel like it's unfair that I don't give each and every pixel game the attention it deserves. I mean, there's Undertale, Kingdoms, Two Crowns, Dead Cells. I mean, there's hundreds. I could literally go on for hours listing the different games. But unfortunately, it would take me hours to explain all of that. But from observing them and the three that I've listed in this video, there's something that I can easily take away. You need to have a foundation. That's the key to all of it. You need to have something simple, something as your groundwork that you can build off of. Look at all of the previous three games that I listed. The Binding of Isaac has simple base mechanics. Factario has a very easy, quote-unquote, base understanding principle of collecting and building upon itself. Terraria is the exact same way. Terraria and Factario might be a little bit more complex than the Binding of Isaac, but I mean, look at any other game that exists. It's starting small. Something base is your foundation and building off of it. That is the key to pixel art, and pixel games in general. If you want to be a game designer, I would recommend starting small. Take a very simple, well-to-do concept and build something basic off of it. Get feedback from that, see if it's actually an interesting concept. I'm learning a lot over my time period trying to figure out how to do game design and how to make a game in general. But the key points that I'm taking away is to be slow. Start small. Start simple. Work your way up to the more complex things. That's the key.